What's up, family? How's everyone doing out there? Gonna give a couple of seconds, trying to get some people to give a chance to kind of jump on in. Shalom. It's good to see you guys here already. So we're gonna wait a couple minutes, get a couple more people get in here real quick before we begin. Hello, hello. Many blessings, relative. A new breed. How you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but like I said, I sent two. When I set up the video, I said 6:15, and then I sent another one through the community that said 6:15. So I'm a little bit late, but I'm here now. Give everybody a chance to kind of come on in, get a chance to kind of talk a little bit, kind of take a look at what's going on right now. So I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing great. I hope you guys are all doing well. Shalom. Thank you, DJ Wisdom. I said that's all the Most High right there. Give a little bit more understanding about the Jacob's trouble. Shalom 12. Shalom. You know, I said them trying to make it seem like we're all gonna go through this just massive destruction, and if these dudes don't have to prove, they don't have to pay for anything, but we get to pay twice. We get to go through the 500 plus years, plus we get to go through the last 7, and they get nothing. No. All praises, brother. It's a good. Thank you. Jacob's trouble, the 12. So that was all the Most High right there. Put that information together. I actually got the thought of that video from one of the GMS dudes who put something up, and then it just led me back to my older Bible, and then the information just flowed from there. Drank some water and went down the wrong way. I'm trying to clear my throat here. Rick and Teddy are in the house. All right. All praises. Shalom, brothers. I'm sure Cassandra's here, or she'll be here. Said hopefully you guys got a chance to go check out Notebook 3 on the website. And if you downloaded it, and if you wanted to go ahead and get a chance to print it, so that'll be great too. Yeah, that old Bible is no joke. Said I got that Bible. Let me see. I was on a vacation with my family, and we went up to I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ojai. It's Ojai, California. It's this little itty bitty little town in a valley up near Santa Barbara. And I think we went in there looking for, I think the lady sells butter, or she sells something. I don't know what she sells in there. But she happened to have 3 or 4 books for sale in the corner of her establishment. So I went there and took a look at it real fast. And my wife actually saw the books, and she said, "Hey, check out those books over there. They're kind of old." And then I got that Bible and had all those precepts in it, and I checked to make sure it had the Apocrypha. And I saw the precepts in the Apocrypha. I said, wow. I said, this woman does not know what she has right here. So I just asked her, I said, Jay, I saw this one book I'm kind of interested in, how much? Old girl said $50. I couldn't pull out $50 fast enough, for that Bible. I said, because that Bible is giving us so much understanding as a nation. I said, so yeah, that Bible was just sitting there looking for us. I know people have been asking me, like, how do you get it? I said, hey, I have no idea how you can get that book. I said, because when I got it, I said that was just an absolute blessing right there. It was the right place, right time. Right place, right time. Exactly. It was for us. It was for us. So, I mean, I can do lessons after lesson after lesson out of that book. I said, because it just does it for you. If you just read it and you just look at the, if you just take a look at all the precepts right there and you start to just linking the stuff up, I said it all just, it works absolutely perfectly together. Yeah, right? $50. I was like, shoot, I would have paid whatever she would have said at that time. It was about, like I said, it was about 3 or 4 years ago that we were over there. Man, it's given us a lot of good lessons and a lot of information. I think it was published in 1830. I know it was about 30 years before slavery was over with. So they definitely, when they have control, they'll let a lot more information flow. They'll let a lot of information flow if they think that if they taught us that they're the people, or they end up controlling all the information. Yeah, it's definitely unbelievable that we are in prophecy right now. Shalom, Rosie. Shalom, Daryl. Oh gosh, here we go. They're getting baptized again. What does it matter what does it matter to you if I've gotten baptized or not? I got baptized when I was 13. I've already talked about that before, but I guess people I'd love to have that same conversation over and over again. "400 years over Passover 2020. Yep. Yeah, I got that. I ended up getting I posted one of these, these posts I forwarded or whatever else. And it was pretty much like, hey, these Hebrews were telling you about 1619 and 2019, and you guys laughed at them. But now look at what's going on here in 2020. And then when you put it up, no one comments. No one says anything. So you see, before, even within the Hebrew community, they're like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Well, now look at it. This CV started in 2019. Now we're in 2020, and all hell is breaking loose. Okay, no problem, Yeshua. Okay, Yeshua lights, wake up. So I've already talked about the whole thing with the baptism. I said that's nothing that I'm pushing right now. I said soon enough. I said the Most High going to take us back, and He's going to take care of all that. But if other people want to do that, I said that's up to them. But yeah, this thing started in 2019, right at the end. And now it's just going, they said it's going crazy now in 2020. Yes, hey, if you guys have other information, other things that are going on, other than just the CV19, please put that over here in the description box as well. Yeah, my Wi-Fi has been acting up kind of crazy too. Glenn Rogers, what are you talking about? We're not worried about a conversation just with you. The plague of, yeah, Sylvia Evans, can you tell me a little bit about that? Tell us about that plague of mice. I tried to look up a little information, but I couldn't find very much on it. I've heard about all these tornadoes that have just been destroying places as well. And there's very little information. Asteroid to come by Earth late April. Yeah, Glenn needs attention. Yeah, we're going to block him then. Yeah, I heard that there were mice or rats or something like that going and attacking farms or chickens and eggs and whatever else. Yeah, we always have trolls, right? Nothing new. I was a guy on YouTube talking about his farm was overrun with mice. Yeah, if what we can do is maybe if someone can, if they know where that video is when we're done with this video, just put it in the description box. Rats in New Orleans. There we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, if you guys have, if you have any more information about other things that are going on, I know there's things going on worldwide. Please put that up. Oh, hantavirus. So if the rodents increase, the possibility of the hantavirus will be the next pestilence or plague. Exactly. So I'm going to drink some more water right now. I heard about that in China. Another hantavirus. Someone died on a something like repeat. Like so someone's died on a bus. Yeah, I heard that, but from Trump is going to extend the deadline till April 30th now, something like that. I heard something now also about what was it? A lot of the top generals and top people, military people in the United States Army are going to their bunkers as well here. I don't know if you guys heard about that. Those graves open up. Yeah, my brother sent that to me, so I just shared it. It looked kind of interesting. He told me it was in Mexico, but then some other people on there were saying it was in Iran, so I'm not sure. Richie from Boston was talking about invasion preparation. Well, yeah, but who's doing the invading? What happened in Mississippi? Andre Lashley. Let us know a little something. Plague of mice in Germany attacking farms, March 11, 2020. Okay. A lot of them ran to Wyoming. Yeah, we're just waiting to see what's going on. So something's coming. Asteroid heading this way. You know, it kind of reminds me of that movie again with the asteroid, Deep Impact, because they closed the schools at the end of the movie, and you know, people weren't going to school or anything. It's just kind of like how it is now, except the other people actually knew what was coming. But back then, who knows now? Maybe they don't want to let anybody know what's going wrong right now, so they can have free movement to get to the places where they need to get to. Yeah, I agree. Stop listening to the heathens after 400 years, you know? They were getting ready for Easter too. As it, yeah, Trump said he wanted to open up everything before Easter so that everyone can go, go to church for Easter. And now he's talking about keeping everything closed till April 30th. So I guess Easter's out the window now. Yeah, I heard about that. Then yeah, about lifting everything up so we can go to, everyone can go back to church. But now he's saying, nope. Now he's saying, April 30th. Passover will be Wednesday. Well, I'm going to be celebrating it or observing it Wednesday night into Thursday. They don't want to cause a panic. That's true. But you can tell they're panicking. And then they keep on pushing things like, like they're still going to be in control and they're going to be forcing vaccines and they're going to be, I'm like, there's 10 plagues, not just one. So there's going to be a whole lot of things that are actually going to be coming. Yes, I saw that the Pope is still praying for the virus to leave, but it's still getting worse. Exactly. And still people are sitting there listening to this guy. I says, still, this guy's still out here praying, he's asking for things to get, better and everything else, and things are still getting worse. Says, I heard a pastor in Chicago decided to have church, and now him, his wife, and most of the congregation is COVID positive. There you go. This is the thing. Like a billion Catholics, yep. This is the thing as far as with this COVID virus. This thing has been spreading since November, December, January, February. So it's been highly contagious. I said it's highly contagious. So what about whatchamacallit? So if it's highly contagious, it's been spreading for 4 months. What are the odds that the vast majority of the world didn't already have it? The main thing is how it's going to manifest itself. Is it going to, is it going to kill you? Is it going to make you sick? Is it not going to harm you? And that's all up to the Most High. So a lot of people are now so late to the game. I see it even with my, people that I'm close to, who didn't give a rat's ass about absolutely anything forever. You try to tell them about how bad things are and this, and that, and they don't want to hear absolutely anything. But now all of a sudden, it's affected their, their job, how they can't work. It's affected all these different things. And now their kids are home. Now they're home. And now it's time to get serious. Well, dude, it was time to get serious a long time ago. Why, Glenn Rogers? Because we don't need you here. That's why. That's why we're blocking you, Glenn, because we don't need you here. Go somewhere else. So yeah, now all of a sudden they want to get serious. So now all of a sudden the world's worried about getting sick. Well, most people have already been exposed to it. No more clubs, bars, and BS. So now all of a sudden, people have to start to think about this and start getting a little bit more serious. But it is what it is, Ultimately, it's that Psalms 91 coverage. The only ones that are going to be covered are the ones the Most High doesn't want to get it. That's pretty much how it is right now. Okay? Yeah, no entertainment, no games, nothing. So, and now, people all of a sudden now are so, hell-bent on, oh, I got to stay inside. Oh, I can't go outside. I can't do this. I can't do that. I mean, dude, we've already been exposed to it. So now, I said it's been here for months, and it's highly contagious. So it's like now it's kind of like people are, the Most High is just kind of picking and choosing who he wants to use or who he's going to, who he's going to make get sick or whatever else. It's all up to the Most High. There's no way. I mean, if you've gone to stores, if you go to, if you go anywhere, you don't know who's got it. You can't tell. So now, I saw this one story from Lisa Cabrera about this one white girl who was talking about how she wasn't going to self-quarantine and she was going to pretty much just live her life, YOLO, you only live, once and everything else. And then all of a sudden, she made some kind of a social media post, something like that. And then 3 days later, she's sick. And I think she ended up getting the CV. She already had it because this stuff is in your system for 2 weeks to a month. She already had it. But she tried to defy the Most High and said she's going to do whatever she wanted to do. And pretty much she couldn't get it. And the Most High said, okay, all right. And then inflicted her and gave it to her. So yeah, I mean it's not, now it's like the Most High is going to, if people say stuff or whatever else, he's just going to inflict them, just like he did in the olden days, just in our days, when he would, we'd have people that would be all high and mighty and would be saying certain things, and then they get dealt with. We got these people licking toilet seats and all this other stuff. See, before, when the Most High was just letting them do their business and let them do whatever, nothing ever happened to them. Now they're doing all that, and they're getting dealt with. Yeah, and I'm taking a look here. What's going on here? So like I said, so a lot of these people can sit here and just talk and talk and talk. I said, but now the Most High is dealing with them. He wasn't dealing before. He was letting them just kind of like dig their grave, dig their holes, and not saying much. But now the Most High is dealing with people. So I just think we're in a holding pattern right now. If everything is revolving around us, the Most High is calling the last people. Yeah, your privilege card got declined, exactly. I said, Italy is really bad. I said, before the Pope could say certain things, and since nothing really bad was happening, it would kind of seem like, God was hearing his prayers. But now that the Most High is actually moving here in the world, I said, you're now seeing people getting dealt with. So yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah, look that stuff up. I saw that nasty stuff. Some young girl licking toilet seats. I was like, that is just straight nasty. The COVID-19 challenge. See, before, everything was just a joke. Everything was a joke. They could sit here and just joke around and everything. They're still joking around. But like I said, but right now, I said things are happening. You know, people are definitely getting dealt with, and it's coming from the Most High. And that thing with the Pope, definitely, I said, even still, even if who even knows if that's the real Pope? You know, I said, you got these body doubles, you got all these different people. I said, 3+ weeks, and now you're sitting here, you're doing all these, masses by yourself and things like that. You know, I was listening to another Lisa Cabrera video about the cops in New York. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys hear about that? I heard it was what was it? I want to say 500 cops got tested positive for CV, and then was it over 4,000 called in sick? Is what I heard. I heard something like that. I was at that. Well, I heard it was 4,000 yesterday. Called in 1,000 or 2,000 called in sick yesterday, and then I heard it was like something 4,000 today. Something ridiculous. Three were dead. I didn't see. I didn't hear all that. The chief is sick too. Now that's like I said, that's in New York. How many other places are having the same kind of issues? How many other people are having the same kinds of issues? 10% of the force called in sick. You know, I said, so we know that it's happening in New York. It's going to be happening also in other areas. You know, that's not going to be the only place that's going to happen. You know, I said, so I like DJ Wizzo. Today I was on the streets and police are not trying to get out of the cars. Exactly. Now, and that's the thing. We could sit here and listen like, the police are gonna do this, and they're gonna control these areas, and then we're gonna send the military out, and they're gonna control this, and they're gonna control that, and it's like, man, I said, you don't think the Most High is going to afflict them with this? I said, they're the ones that are dealing with the public. They're the ones that are dealing with the people. You don't think they're going to get exposed to? They don't have any way of control of if doctors and nurses who actually have the right gear on can't seem to keep themselves from getting it. Why would a police officer not? And that's true about the homeless. What about all the homeless in New York that are exposed to everything? I hear no reports. Or are they just disappearing? Yeah, exactly. Who knows? We have a huge homeless problem over here, and in Cali too. So that's definitely something else to kind of think about as well. And like I said, hold on. I saw that one right here. NBC Siobhan, thank you. NBC News, more than 700 New Jersey police officers test positive for the coronavirus. Damn. So really, it kind of seems like I said, it's not like things aren't happening. It's just now, things are happening all over the place, and we're blessed with a lot of people, like the Hebrew people, Hebrew brethren, like Lisa Cabrera, who can get these news stories together and bring them out so we can actually see what's going on. Because the vast majority of the people aren't going to tell us. They're going to keep that stuff hush hush. They don't want people to know what's going on. 900 NYPD members will be positive for corona by Monday. Yeah, because it seems like the numbers are jumping like crazy. It was like 200 one day, and then it goes up 300 the next day, and it could be doubling. I said, so you don't think that's happening over here, like in some place like LAPD, where you got so many people, and in LA, and you got a lot of homeless people. I hardly see cops too. I don't see very many cops either. The New York Knicks owner has it too. Really? I said I haven't heard that. A bishop and a pastor and an elder died in Flint, Michigan 2 days ago. He said, when we go into these, when we're done with these lives, go ahead and put some of that information up, guys. Go ahead and put some of that news in there. Put some of that information there so when people can go in there and take a look at that. We're seeing what happened to our ancestors back then. Exactly. Now, when the Spaniards got here, and when the sicknesses started to go through, I'm sure we had police officers, we had people who would, pretty much be in charge of enforcing the laws. I'm sure they got it. We had higher ups. I'm sure they got it. Same kinds of things that we went through are starting to happen now. I'm sure the military is. Why is the military getting sick and trying to cops? Of course they're getting sick. So they keep saying like, we're gonna send the military in. Well, if the military came in, they'd get exactly the same thing that the police officers are getting. And they say, the UN's gonna come in. Well, if the UN came in, they're gonna get the same. Well, hello, the United Nations is what? The other nations, right? Well, aren't the other nations going through the same stuff? That they're going through the same stuff, right? Man caught spitting on people's packages when they deliver to your house. Yeah. So you got a lot of demons out here. People keep acting like there's another force that's going to be coming to take over everything. If you got Trump called up 1 million troops, you don't think any of them already have it? Because the troops are pulling from the societies here, so they've already probably been exposed to it. So as soon as they get called in, they're going to be sick. I don't believe there's any vaccine for this. But see, and people believe that because a lot of people are still stuck thinking that men, are in control of certain things. There's no vaccine for this. The Bill Gates hell can't wait to whip out that needle for this vaccine. Okay, well, if he had a vaccine, why is he running? Why is he running to his bunker? If Bill Gates, knows so much and he's so smart, why is he running? These guys they can set up whatever they want as far as patents and whatever else, but it doesn't. Like I said, why are they running? If I had a vaccine that makes me pretty much immune to everything, then why would I run? He said, there's other things going on. There's no vaccines for Most High's plagues, exactly. I said, so that's that, but that's me. I said, the Most High didn't give these guys like vaccines. He gave them that Psalm 91 coverage at their time, but they know they don't got that no more. So now they're running. That's it. They need to get off the lands. Get off the Most High's lands. That's the thing. Man always tries to make it sound like they have things under control. Well, these Gentile men do, and many people I'm realizing that want things to be normal. They want that they suffer from that normalcy bias. So if someone tells you that there's a vaccine, even if there isn't one, people want things to be normal so bad that they'll sit there and believe it. And they don't get to do anything with population control. The Most High controls the population. I said, a lot of people seem to think like, because they have those Georgia Guidestones and they want to drop the population down. That's the Most High's plan. I said, the Most High is the one that's dealing with population control. The Most High is the one that's getting rid of people. So it's not man. Most High said, but this world is made for many, but the one to come is made for few, right? That wasn't the man's job. That wasn't the man's, these men's idea. That was the Most High. So they're just regurgitating what the Most High already said. So, the Most High is definitely going to be, culling the herd, getting rid of many people that aren't supposed to be here. And they said, they're not regurgitating their plan. They're regurgitating the Most High's plan. He's already said that he's gonna cut the numbers down. And that's why it might seem like as we talk to people, there's like so few that seem to get it. And I said that's because the Most High hasn't picked them to get it. Exactly. 500 million. I said Most High is the one that's going to dictate how many people. I said they don't. But see, when people don't understand the scriptures, and they're just talking about good times Jesus. See, good times Jesus wants everybody to be happy. Good times Jesus wants there to be a whole lot of dumbass people around here, because that's exactly what he's pretty much given the whole world. A bunch of people who don't know anything. I said, but our power, he elevates his people, gives them knowledge and understanding, right? I said, and there's not very many of us, as you can already tell, right? So that's the whole thing. So good times Jesus is definitely good for a whole lot of people, a whole bunch of stupid people, a whole bunch of people who don't know anything, a whole bunch of empty vessels. That's what good times Jesus produces. Most High is definitely going to give us the cream of the crop, men and women, Gentiles that will have the Most High open up his eyes and is going to allow them to stay with the Most High's chosen people. I said, but as you can tell, our numbers are not enormous like it is now. So that's why it's so crazy that people are still stuck with, even like I said, even people in the Hebrews. Well, the secret societies, they only want a small amount of people. No, our Father only wants a small amount of people. The elites, they want to depopulate. No, the Most High wants to depopulate. I said, so stop giving credit to these other nations and acting like they're the ones that actually are going to depopulate or whatever else. I said, that's our Father. He's about to do that. But that's exactly what's been going on right now, with this world and with these people. Trying to give credit to the other nations for our Father's plans. And they'll be like, well, I don't want to be a part of a God that does something like that. He's mean. Well, that's good, because you're not going to be a part of it. You didn't even have that option. I said, you never had the option to be a part of it, so it doesn't really matter. But that's it with a lot of these people. They seem to think that, even like in a comment board, I'll have people that'll come over here and give me their opinion about something, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't care. That's your opinion. You didn't give me any scripture. You didn't give us anything to corroborate anything you said. You just wrote a super long message with nothing but your opinion. See, good times Jesus might care about your opinion, but our Father here and us here, we don't care about your opinion. And I think it's really difficult for a lot of these people, these empty vessels, to grasp that concept. That I don't care about, making you understand it. I've never cared about forcing people to understand it, because I can't force people to understand anything. I said, so I can't make it's all about what the Most High wants you to get. Well, I can bring the information out. If you agree with it, cool. If you don't, okay. But at least go and research it. They said, at least go and research it, and see if the Most High is going to work with you to get it or not. I heard about the hair dryer blower, a hot air up your nose. I used to go in the sauna a lot, but when they used to have a gym, but now we don't have a gym anymore because it's closed. Yep, y'all showing the door of grace is closing. They better wake up soon before they get left behind. Well, so many people are so far left behind, so that's up to the Most High. All we can do is give them that information, and then what they do with it is dependent upon what the Most High wants them to do with it. R. Kelly seeks release from prison, citing fears he'll catch coronavirus. Oh my gosh. Trust me, R. Kelly was doing the same thing that many of the other elites were doing, but he's the one that has to pay. Jake always has to pay. And you think R. Kelly? It's funny. We've all known about R. Kelly and the stuff that he was doing for years, but nothing, nothing ever happened to him or whatever else. And all of a sudden, now at the end times, they pulled his card and that was it. Of course, there's going to be an alarm going off right now, right? Checking out your guys' comments right now. Herpes. You funny. Like I said, he's not the only one out there with young girls or whatever else he was doing. Same with Bill Cosby, exactly. Like I said, a lot of even our own people, like they got their gifts and they got all their, all the things that they wanted right now. It is what it is. Yeah, I was watching that movie Avatar. I said there's so much in there, that goes along with the scriptures, that goes along with, they had our books. They had the books, like I said, they had the Bibles that already had all the precepts in them, so they knew exactly what was to come. So they had to make up an entirely different end time scenario. And it's crazy because we still have people that are even supposedly in the truth that are still pushing that exact same narrative. I said they're pushing the exact same narrative. They're pushing the chip. They're pushing the 7-year tribulation period. They're pushing the fact that we're going to have to go through all this stuff again. Okay? Posting all this stuff about in their end time story. But then in the book and in the movies, they go and show you something totally different. They show you about these people getting kicked off their lands, how they're fighting for their lands, and the Most High makes a covenant with the animals, and that's exactly what happened at the end of Avatar. And that's it. You got to be very careful who you're listening to. If you're talking to people and they still refuse to admit who we are, they still refuse, they're still pushing white Jesus, then you already know that to take whatever it is they say with a grain of salt. Exactly. The white boy saves the day even in Avatar, and they're always pushing, like, I forgot the girl who plays the princess, but they're always pushing her. If you guys remember her, if you guys know her name, put up there. I also remember her from the movie Colombiana, and they're always like pushing like her on like a white dude. Zoe Saldana, I think is her name. Yeah, and like even in that movie, she was with the white dude Jake, who saves the day. Of course, they still got to put their little spin on it, right? And his name is Jake, like he's Jacob or whatever else. And then she's in Colombiana. I was just talking to, I saw her for Mr. Fox. Oh my gosh, okay. And then in Colombiana, she whatchamacallit, she was like some sex crazed assassin who was after some white boy there too. Yeah, and in real life, she's married to a boy, man. I thought she married some white dude too. I don't even know. But in both of those movies, she was with the white dudes. They just pushed that whole thing. And I think even with the what was it? Even in the Marvel one, they're always making her some kind of an alien. I think she was with the white dude, even that one too. Yeah, I think she's married to a white guy too. It's like that's what our society has done. Is it absolutely destroyed many of our people. Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go. See, I know you guys would know. You guys would be up on all that. I don't know about Rudy Espinosa, why people are confused. I already did 2 videos on that whole thing. I don't need to do one on that specifically. I already talked about the mark. We were marked before we got here. I've done videos on those before. That's something you want to go back and watch. We were already marked before we got here. You know, so the Most High has definitely already marked us before we got here. And that's why when you look back at your lives, you'll realize that you've always been different. You've always had a different feeling. You've always been marked, exactly, you're marked for salvation or you're marked for death. It isn't something that you get to choose when you get here. We've already been, you know, what does it talk about, even in Psalms 50, about people being marked, like even babies being marked as soon as they get here. So it's not about you getting here and then, you know, going through and then finding Christ or finding the truth or whatever else. Either it's already in you or it's not. That's why we talk to so many people and they can't get it. Not necessarily are they titled for them to remember. Nope. But you got a lot of time right now, so you can just watch a lot of videos. I'm not going to keep making a lot of videos over the same topics over and over again. But you can just look, like I said, if people ain't working or they got time, hey, make time. That's what, you know, that's what the notebooks are for too. That's what the notebooks, you know, 1, 2, and 3 done by Cassandra, they give you the opportunity to sit there and read. If you don't have time and you got to just look at the videos, then you can read it and look it up that way. I said, a lot of this takes effort. A lot of this takes a lot of effort right now. Print out the books, you know, I said, and read them. You know, I said, so that's really at this time, if you have questions on certain things, read it, you know, you start to research. You know, those things that I was talking about is actually about when you're you're marked before you got here. It would be in the Odes of Solomon. And see, that's why you got to get rid of books like the Odes of Solomon, because it already tells you that you don't get marked down here. You're marked before you got here. Study show thyself approved. Exactly. It's not like everybody you're just going to get everything right to you at a push of a button. It's not always going to be like that. Chief Anointed Chris, I have no idea about giants resurfacing or whatever else. I talked about did a video about the animals resurfacing. I don't know if giants are resurfacing. That would be, I don't know where you get that from. I've heard people talking about that before. But yes, predestination. Predestination makes much better sense. Daughter of Yah. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. When you're talking about the mark, oh, do a video on that. No, I'm not going to do a video on that because, like I said, I believe in predestination. Unlearn and relearn. Exactly, yo. That's exactly it. That's what people don't understand. Like, you know, and when you're talking about doing a video on that specifically like that, is because you're still stuck with Christian ideology. Exactly. I knew you before you were born. Exactly. I didn't get to this. When I look back at my life, now I understand how I got here, and it wasn't an accident. I could have been taken out multiple times, different ways. Shouldn't even really be here. Should have been dead a couple times ago already. So I know, like I said, that's all the Most High. Like thinking America is our land, just relax. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that guy. I'm sure you've done like a whole lot of, oh, well, you know what, let me wait. Because a lot of people, you know, I said they don't do any research. They just come and give an opinion. Like, I love it when they say, hey, Big Judah, you're wrong. And that's their whole comment. I said, so all the scriptures that I brought out and everything else, your whole thing is, oh, you're wrong. I said, okay. See, that worked before, you know. I said that worked a lot before when we cared about other people's opinions, but now we don't. Prayer is at 6 o'clock West Coast time daily. And that was something else that was going on in Avatar. After the tree was shot down, they went to the mother tree, or Awa, or whatever else. Awa is what they called it. And they all sat together, and they were all connected, touching each other, and they were all praying to the Most High, or they were praying in unison. You don't think our people used to do those kinds of things? Get together and pray to the Most High all together? Exactly. Is it Nirya? Yasharal? Nope, we really don't care about non-believers' opinions. We maintain the mind of Mashiach. Exactly. I could care less about someone who's on this truth, who doesn't know anything. Like, dude, we have nothing to talk about. If that's all that you got is, oh, Big Judah, you're wrong. Oh, hey, John 3:16. And drop the mic and walk away. I said, we have nothing to talk about. I love that, Cat J, when they were all praying together in unison, and everything was like lighting up around them. And there was one thing, if you actually put the captions on, and after, when he's getting ready to do his speech before they get on to go call all the other clans, he screams and yells, Yah. He doesn't scream, he doesn't say yay or whatever else. When they write it up there, and if you go to that part when after the scientist or whatever dies, and they were all praying for her to try to enter the other body, and it didn't work out, and then he goes and talks to the whole group, and right at the end he throws his hands up and he yells Yah. If you turn on the captions, you'll actually see him yelling Yah, Y-A-H. So it's like, they're all yelling like for their power, and they actually do it quite a few times. Yeah, that's an excellent scene. You're talking about how, you show them they can't take our lands. Thank you, Sonny Velasquez. So yeah, I mean, you can hear it, but they actually write out like that too. It says Yah. It's like we're yelling out for Yah right now. So I was just checking that out again this morning, when I was kind of doing the notes and going over the notes for this part 2, of Jacob's Trouble. That movie is so about us, and it's like, even when they get kicked off of our land, that's not the end of the story. When these guys get kicked out of our lands and go back to their lands, that's not the end of the story. There's still more to come even after that. I said, so when we talk about that guy who was talking about when the whole world realizes who we are, and how that's going to be the beginning of World War III, it's all starting to make sense. I said, it's all starting to make sense. And then a few of the Gentiles, or the few of the aliens, as they like to call them, who were the humans, they got to stay. But they were the ones who were helping the natives. So see, everything is still wrapped around us. The people who are standing with us in solidarity right now are the ones that will be able to stay when the Most High starts to clear off these lands. Just like Rahab. Yeah, I thought they were making a sequel to Avatar 2, but that never came up. I think they spilled the beans enough with the first Avatar. I don't think they wanted to talk about it anymore. I like that, calling him the All, because he runs everything. Exactly. About the movie Apocalypto, yeah, that was a good one too. They still trying to kill us? Well, yeah, they might have their plans. I said, but again, who controls them? Who controls, the people that want to kill us? Who controls the Gentiles? The Most High controls them too. Shalom, Bobby. So the Most High controls them too. So they don't get free reign. I said, a lot of these police officers, the Most High has been keeping track. Most High has been keeping track of the firefighters, police officers, people and paramedics. He keeps track of everything. So, I said, so the Most High he's going to be bringing judgment to everyone. No one's sins are hidden. Mine aren't hidden. No one's are hidden. None of yours are hidden. None of the Gentiles are hidden. Only thing thank the Most High, that the Most High is, washing away our sins. You know, we've paid the price for our sins. Jermaine, we don't need to hear about Stephen Darby every single couple minutes. You know, I said a lot of our people have been done wrong and no one has paid for it. And that goes for many different people in many walks of life. Seven-year itch. I don't know, maybe. But, you know, and that's the whole thing. These other nations haven't paid. They've been, you know, doing us dirty for a very long time. You know, I said a lot of police officers, they've been doing us dirty for a very long time. You know, I said it's been about, you know, them protecting each other, protecting their brothers. So now, if some of them get sick, like I said, just like a lot of people, now a lot of people are getting sick, and then they're going to be in their homes, and then now they're going to be stuck sitting there thinking, you know, is this just starting? Now you're going to have time, because before they were so busy working and you know, covering for each other and doing whatever they're supposed to be doing. Well, now many people, I said, in many different walks of life, are now being forced to stay home. So they're going to be stuck at home, and then they're going to be thinking, you know, is this real? You know, because they're going to be on the internet, and they might get into someone's, you know, video that kind of get into this. You know, most I might send one of those angels, and they might be talking to them about their conscience, about things that have been done in the past, things that have not been paid for. Is this, you know, is this happened to me because, you know, I did something wrong to someone, and they know that they have. Dismiss our people. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Many people have just been dismissing all of our people. I says devastating tornadoes going off across the country. And karma. I mean, that's to be some scary stuff right now. Cognitive dissonance. So which come first, the mark of the beast, or we go to the wilderness and leave them? Oh my goodness, Daphne, go do some research. We've already talked about that. Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing, all the stuff that's going on right now. What you put out, you get back twofold, And that's it. You know, I said, so society has lifted up people, you know, because they wear a uniform or they do a service for Esau and whatever else. And that's what he's been doing, and they got their blessing. You know, I said, because a lot of the dirt that people do is hidden. So they just put out a front, like, you know, they're here to help you, and they're really not. You know, that I said pretty much ultimately they're here to, many people are here to just keep Esau's system running smoothly. Well, now they're getting sick, and the people who were at the top are running away. I said, and if they were to let troops out, I said they're going to get sick too. Just checking some of you guys' comments and stuff like that. It's a beautiful family. We're over 1,100 people here again today, so that's beautiful. At least that's what we're seeing. But it's a good time for us to actually get together and just talk, bring out some more information. Troops are already getting sick in New York. Exactly. I mean, it's like if the police get sick, how are the military not going to get sick? Just checking out some of you guys' comments. Cece, do you really think that they're going to have time to put us back into slavery? Since how are they going to put us in slavery? Big Deer, do you think they will try to put us back in slavery since they are sick and we are not? What does it talk about? Do not touch my anointed. Well, they had their chance to put their hands on us when we were going through our punishment. So now they're going through theirs. They're starting theirs. So how would they put us in slavery? You like that street behind me? Is that Malek for Royalty 4? And that's it. That proves the masks don't work if the military is getting sick. I mean, you know, come on, man. I said it's the Most High. It's how He works. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Pray together live. No, we pray at 6 o'clock. Maybe sometimes we'll see. Popcorn, Broker T. So it's just, yeah, it is, like I said, just checking out some of your guys' comments. They have advanced IR atmospheric platforms. They have cannonball-like objects. Ooh. They can be dropped to simulate asteroids. Now, see, again, we're talking about, you know, trying to make sure that men have control of everything. That if asteroids fall, then people will question, well, was it really the Most High or was it man? You see what I'm saying? It's just men trying to make it seem like they're in control of everything, and they're not. You bought the last sealed Book of Mormon for 99 bucks. Damn, really? Money running away from the face of Him. Exactly. There's so much going on. I mean, they passed a $2 trillion package, you know, to help with coronavirus, and like super fast. And I said, how is that possible? Hey, Cassandra. And I said, again, they want to make it sound like men is in control of everything. I'm outside trying to get some of those gamma rays right now. I've been outside, still trying to get some when they get here. But I pray that everyone's doing well, and we'll definitely continue with what we're doing. Most High is definitely moving, giving us more knowledge and understanding. I said it's just an absolutely beautiful time for us to be alive. And thank you for everyone that has been supporting me. I have not been able to do the responses as much as I would like to, just because I've been so busy studying and taking care of a lot of other things. But just know that I appreciate everything, and I pray that the Most High blesses everyone that has been supporting myself here, and I pray that you continue to support me. And I said, and thank you so much. I'll try to get to that, but it's just been really, really time-consuming with the studying and out of all the things that are going on. So I'm trying to spend more time bringing you guys videos, because it's either I can do one or the other. I can't do everything. But just so you guys understand that, yes, I appreciate everything you guys have been sending me. Books, monetary gifts, everything, prayers, everything that you guys have been sending. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm trying to bring more videos and more information, because there's so much information that I need to bring out, that when the Most High gives me something, I try to write it down, and it takes a little bit of time. I'm trying to do more lives on top of also bringing you guys more videos. So just understand that if I don't respond back as like I used to, you guys understand why, okay? And I totally appreciate everything that everyone has been doing for me. And it's all praise. It says all praise the Most High. We're trying to get this out, this knowledge and understanding out to the four corners. And that's what we're doing right now. And Cassandra's, she said right there, she's working on the 4th notebook already, family. Thank you so much, Sister Cassandra. I really appreciate everything that she's been doing. You know, brothers Rick and Teddy and how they've been doing. And everyone's, like I said, everyone's been doing their part. And I just wanted to make sure I said thank you because I really appreciate it. And the only way that we're growing like this is because we are working together as a nation. We're working together as a family. And it's just an absolute blessing. You know, I said, it's not me. Someone had said something like, you know, I love you, Big Judah. You're so smart. And you're so, you know, you're so this and you're so that. And I told them, I said, I'm none of those things. I'm just a vessel that the Most High uses. And I said, and we are all working on this together. We're all working together in order for us to be that light on the hill, or that shining example that the Most High wants us to be. So we're all working together, and that's how it should be. The unity, our power are all coming back together. Just like I said in Avatar, when a whole nation was praying together and the beautiful things that they were able to accomplish together. And that's the only way that we can do this. So, you know, I don't sit here and act like I'm doing it because it's not me. It's all about the Father and the Holy Spirit. So I love you guys and thank you for everything. And I pray that we're all going to be brought together very soon. Brought together and like the Most High said, he's going to give us back the years that the locusts have taken away from us. And that's what we should all be praying for and wanting. I want to get out of this body. I want to get that renewed body. I want to get this land back. I want this renewed land. I want us all to come together and work together under the laws, such as the commandments that the Most High has set up for us to live under. I'm sick and tired of living under, you know, Edomite rule, and then our people being confused and trying to add Edomite rule into what the Hebrews are going to be doing. You know, I said, so I want to be together, you know, brought together and be blessed together like it's supposed to be. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom, family.